12 hours before you plan to mix the dough, make a sweet stiff starter. To do this, mix together 60 grams of active starter, 60 grams of filtered water, 120 grams of all-purpose flour, and 15 grams of white sugar. Use your hands, if necessary, to incorporate all the ingredients. Cover and rest until you're ready to mix the dough. In a small saucepan, mix together 240 grams of milk, 120 grams of water, 180 grams of sugar, and 1 whole stick of cubed butter. Heat the mixture on the stovetop over medium-low heat until it temps around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Stir to fully dissolve the sugar and continue melting the butter. To the bowl of a stand mixer, whisk 300 grams of bread flour, 300 grams of all-purpose flour, and 10 grams of salt. Add the milk mixture and roughly stir to cool it down slightly. We don't want to cook the eggs by accident. Last, add all of the sweet stiff starter, and 2 large eggs. Roughly mix, then transfer to a stand mixer. I will be using my Anchor for this demonstration. For this recipe, use the dough hook and scraper attachments. If you own a KitchenAid or something similar, kneading this dough is exactly the same as my cinnamon roll and hot cross bun recipes. I will link those videos in the description if you need a visual of the kneading process. Essentially, use a medium rather than low speed, as this is a wet dough, and knead until the dough comes together and begins to slap the sides of the bowl. For the Anchor, use a speed 4 to 5 and knead for 12 to 15 minutes. You'll know the dough is finished when it begins to push the scraper away from the side of the bowl and the dough starts to crawl up the dough hook. To bring this dough together, I use wet hands and coil fold until it is easily transferable to my proofing container. Let the dough rest until it doubles in size. I usually do this overnight on my counter. This takes about 12 hours at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but can range anywhere from 8 to 16 hours depending on temperature and environment. Optionally, pre-bake the sausages for 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In my opinion, this makes them taste better and allows the opportunity for grease to dispense before the sausages are wrapped and baked in the dough. Dot the sausages dry with a paper towel or cloth before wrapping. After the dough has doubled, turn it out and divide it into 42 pieces, 35 to 40 grams each. Since this dough is sticky, use water, oil, or a light dusting of flour to help. I choose to dip my finger in a bowl of water as needed, but be careful not to oversaturate the already sticky dough. To shape the dough, take each section and tuck all the ends underneath to form a smooth top. Turn it over and stretch to elongate. Wrap the dough around one sausage and place seam side down on a half-size sheet pan. You'll want to make 7 rows of 6 wrapped sausages. You can see here that I did a fairly poor job when wrapping a few of these. There are a few places where the sausages can be seen through the dough. This won't affect the taste, only their final appearance after baking. Cover the sausages and rest again until noticeably puffed up, 2 to 4 more hours. Make a wash by mixing together 2 tablespoons of honey with 2 tablespoons of melted butter. You can also just use butter or avoid washing the rolls at all. The butter will soften the rolls and enhance their flavor, while the honey will help the rolls lightly brown and add a little extra sweetness. Brush the wash all over the rolls. Bake the rolls at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes, or until the internal temperature reaches at least 185 degrees Fahrenheit. The rolls will only very lightly brown. This recipe was inspired by Sister Schubert's sausage wrap rolls and seeks to mimic them closely, as they are a cherished childhood memory. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.